Now here's a locomotive with real presence. British Railways Standard Class 9F, number 92207, better known today as Morning Star. A true titan of the rails and one of the most powerful steam freight locomotives ever built in Britain. But her story isn't just about brute force. It's about survival, determination, and a deep-rooted passion for preservation. Let's start at the beginning. Built at Swindon Works in June 1959, 92207 was among the final batch of 9Fs to roll off the production line. Designed under the guidance of R.A. Riddles, the 9F was the culmination of everything British Railways had learned about steam. It had a 2-10-0 configuration, wide firebox, double chimney. This was a machine built for heavy freight, no question. And yet, despite their sheer size and intended purpose, the 9Fs were surprisingly nimble. Some were clocked at close to 90 miles per hour hauling express passenger trains. That's quite something for a loco built to drag iron ore. 92207 was initially allocated to the Western region and spent her relatively short career hard at work out of sheds like Southall and Newport, slogging away on ore and mineral trains. But, as was so often the case in the early 60s, the axe fell quickly. After just 5.5 years in traffic, she was withdrawn in December 1964. A shame really, as she'd barely run in. From there, she was sent to the now famous Wooden Brothers scrapyard at Barry in South Wales. And that's where her story could easily have ended. But Barry, as we know, was no ordinary scrapyard. Thanks to Di Woodham's decision to focus on cutting up wagons first, hundreds of locomotives were spared the torch long enough for enthusiasts to rally round and save them. 92207 sat there for over 20 years, quietly rusting among the ranks until she was finally purchased in 1986 by Keith Bottomley. It was Keith who gave her the name Morning Star, a nod, perhaps, to a new dawn in her life. She was moved to the East Lancashire Railway and work began on what was always going to be a mammoth restoration. Over the years, a great deal of progress was made. The chassis was rebuilt, motion parts repaired or remanufactured, and restoration of the boiler commenced. By 2009, it was said that about 3/4 of the work had been completed, but as is so often the case, progress was hampered by limited funds and the sheer complexity of the task. Then, in 2022, came a significant development. The Somerset and Dorset Railway Heritage Trust stepped in and acquired 92207 along with her parts. Their vision? To complete the restoration and have her working at Midsummer Norton, right in the heart of old S&D JR territory. A 9F returning to the Mendips. It's a lovely thought, isn't it? As of now, the chassis is based in Dorset, and the boiler is being worked on at the East Lancashire Railway. The target is to have her in steam by 2029, which would mark 60 years since she was withdrawn from service. Morning Star represents more than just another preservation project. She's a symbol of what can be achieved with vision, grit, and good old-fashioned enthusiasm. She reminds us that the age of steam may be long gone from the main line, but it's far from forgotten. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into one of Britain's great steam survivors, do give us a like, share this video with fellow enthusiasts, and subscribe for more stories from the golden age of rail. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a trip into railway history. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, keep it steaming.